Australia, let's face it. Our media is correct. Labour is bad. Whenever Labour is in power, according to Meaney and Diocese, it is the worst government ever. To the point that it is obviously worse than any previous Labour government.
And when the Liberal Party is in power, the sun shines out from their bungholios. John Howard's was especially bright. Ask George Bush.
When Labour goes back on a promise, regardless of circumstance, after an election it's a lie. So die Julia Gillard, die. For lying.
When the Liberal Party goes back on a promise, according to John Howard, it was an encore promise. Not a lie to win votes. Really? Really true. So Abbott can say whatever to win votes. Cause it's the truth before an election and an encore promise after.
Yeah, and the Liberal Party has never made any mistakes, has it? That work choices legislation, that wasn't a mistake. That gave ordinary Australians the freedom to be screwed big time by big business.
With those pesky unions kept on the sidelines. It wasn't the unions, with collective bargaining, that got you fair wages and safe working conditions. It was the goodness from their heart Liberal Party and their big business business.
Tony Abbott has pledged that work choices is dead.
Is that an encore promise or a convenient truth before the election?
Well, Bob the Builder thinks so. Maybe you should too.
Maybe you should also wear underpants on your head and run around flapping your arms at your local shopping center.
And poop your pants most excitedly should John Howard or Abbott be visiting at the same time.
Don't forget the standing ovation. God, how we miss the Liberal Party being in power. We have one of the best economies in the world and leading the way for doing our bit for climate change. And we want to replace our apparently worst government ever with a clown whose policy platform can be summed up as no. No climate change. No unions. No mining tax. No subsidies to the manufacturing sector. No unemployment benefits and maybe food stamps. Oh, I forgot, no boat people, but yes to those who fly in and overstay their visas. It's good for the economy to have these extra people. Plus they're largely the correct color.
Did you say no unemployment benefits? I hope Abbott has plans for the upcoming global financial crash. Maybe a nice holiday in Nauru behind barbed wire for those who complain.
So we have a proposal for you, Australia.
Let's give the Liberal Party permanent power status and ban all other parties.
Our media, which is owned by big business, will give a fair but maybe biased account of how important this is. And you will buy it, Australia, simply because the ABC and SBS will also be banned. Because, according to His Eminence John Howard, public broadcasters can't be biased but private ones can.
So Australia, prepare yourself for total rule by Captain Underpants and his policy of no policy. For there is no policy, there can't be any mistakes, right?
And if you don't like it, a nice trip to Nauru or Indonesia or even one of the nice privatized prisons on the mainland, where you can work for as little as $1 an hour.
Now that would be good for the economy, right?
Chinese workers are on as little as 13 cents an hour.
Oh bugger, we'll go back to the drawing board.